A very good evening and welcome to Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. I am Ifoma Ojinta. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo is presiding over the first economic management meeting of President Buhari's second term, themed Next Level Agenda. Budget issues. In attendance are Ministers of Finance, Budget, National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, Industry, Trade, Investment, Richard Adebayo, Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, Works, Housing, Babatunde Fashola, Budget, National Planning, State, Clement Ike, and the Minister of Petroleum, State, Temipre Silva. Also in the meeting are the CBN Governor, NNPC GMD, FIRS Chairman, DG Budget, DG DMO, Special Advisors on Economic Matters, among others. The meeting opens with a review of the 2019 budget implementation. In response to the rising tensions, conflict and other acts of criminality, as well as their impacts on Africa's development aspiration, Japan has introduced a new approach to peace and stability on the continent called NAFSA. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, who announced this at the opening of the 7th Tokyo International Conference on African Development in Yokohama, said the new idea is aimed at fostering Africa's prosperity. President Muhammadu Buhari is leading Nigeria's delegation to the conference. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo, who is putting the report together, will bring you details in our subsequent bulletins. Worried over the closure of the Nigeria-Benin border by the federal government and its consequences on his country's economy, President Patrice Talon of Benin Republic has visited President Muhammadu Buhari to seek for understanding and possible intervention. The crucial engagement took place on the sidelines of the Tokyo International Conference on African Development in Yokohama, Japan. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports that the Nigerian leader also met President Ramaphosa over the killings of Nigerians in South Africa. The clamor to bring to fruition the proposed plan by the federal government to review the revenue allocation formula has been receiving and train up diverse positions in the different strata of the society. Guests on NTA's flagship program, Good Morning Nigeria, say objectivity should be the watchword. Patricia Esamiluba reports.
The federal government is set to review the revenue allocation formula. The current revenue allocation formula is put at 52.68% for federal, 26.72% for states, and 20.60% for local governments, which is in a vertical order. The plan is expected to allow the states and the local governments get more money to expand and increase the scope of revenue collection. Kano State Governor Abdullahi Umar Ganduje's perspective aligns with the plan, which he said will allow the states to take ownership of exploring and driving their own matters of development.
The vertical distribution, the horizontal distribution, and also the derivation issue. These three areas need to be examined seriously in order to have a fair distribution of revenue.
The Senate Deputy Chief Whip, Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi, who spoke from the legislative angle, emphasized transparency and political will, just as the former chairman, Kogi State, Shaba Ibrahim, suggests a holistic review that is in consideration to all the tiers of government.
Whatever system we put in place, that attitude that we carry into governance or followers is key to bringing a resolution to all the issues we are discussing.
Because of the humongous amount available at their disposal, you have so many idle agencies here and there that don't have any bearing with the life of the common man.
Chairman, Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Commission, Elias Mbam, in his submission stressed the need for the review to be done taking into cognizance the current situations in the country, which is totally different from when the allocation formula was created.
The desert encroachment has increased, erosion problem has increased, flooding has increased. Take security. Security wasn't such an issue then, but now it's a major issue.
They made submissions pointing to the fact that there is a disconnect between the different levels of government that needs to be addressed for clearer responsibility and optimal performance. Patricia A. Semiluba, NTA News.
Nigeria has continued to work towards reversing the figures of a 2017 national survey on the quality and integrity of public services, indicating that more than 30% of services users pay bribe of about 400 billion naira annually. The Anti-Corruption Academy of Nigeria is leading the charge.
83 million bribes were said to be paid yearly in Nigeria at average rate of 5,300 naira per bribe. This may sound much, right, but small compared to what is lost to illicit financial flows, as Nigeria is placed second in the world in a survey conducted in 2017 by Public Administration of Corruption Index. But this narrative is changing as relevant authorities in the anti-corruption agencies continue to come up with strategies that will combat the menace. Encouraged by the present administration's tough stance against corruption, there is optimism among the experts here that light will be seen at the end of the tunnel.
It means that from 2000 to 2015, we were not following a national anti-corruption strategy. I have to credit this government. As soon as they came in, that was the first focus and issue they addressed. And so every sector knows where you should key in.
There's no day that there's nothing to report. There's always something about corruption. Now, some people will interpret that to mean corruption is increasing rather than corruption is being dealt with. So we need to clear that fog, that you can either see the glass as half full or half empty. But clearly, we're not where we were before.
A policy document on how to eradicate election corruption to promote good governance was part of the issues this meeting discussed.
A federal high court in Abuja, presided over by Justice Nkonye Maha, has declined hearing on the application challenging the continuous detention of Omoleye Sowore by the Department of Security Service. She ruled that hearing the application will amount to her reviewing the order given by the Court of Equal Jurisdiction. Austin Anyebe reports.
The application was filed by the defendant Omoleye Sowore, challenging his continuous detention by the DSS as it is a violation of his fundamental human rights. But when the case was mentioned, counsel to the defendant Femi Falana, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, attempted moving the application but was refused by the judge, who said allowing the application will undermine the earlier order given by Justice Taiwo of the same Federal High Court. She ruled that since Justice Taiwo has ordered his detention for 45 days for further investigation as requested by the DSS, it is not competent to overrule a decision of his court with cognate powers, hence referred them back to Justice Taiwo, as he is also a vacation judge. Counsel to Omoleye Sowore, Femi Falana, who maintains that Order 26, Rule 9 of the Federal High Court Civil Rule gives the judge the power to hear the matter, reacts to the ruling.
We're going to meet with our client today in order to take a decision on the matter. But in the interim, we are back to the Honorable Justice Taiwo as per the ruling of the court.
Counsel to the State Security, O.J. Odu, declined comment, Meanwhile, the case between the Attorney General of the Federation versus Islamic Movement of Nigeria, IMN, where the movement is challenging its prescription order, is fixed for 11th of September 2019 to enable parties file necessary processes. From the Federal High Court, Abuja, I'm Austin Anyebe, NTA News.
The All Progressives Congress has released lists of successful aspirants that will participate in the August 29th governorship primaries in Kogi and Bayelsa states. Salihu Abdullahi reports.
The National Working Committee of the All Progressive Congress, after its deliberation on the report of the screening and appeal committees for the party's Kogi and Bayelsa governorship aspirants, has concluded to adopt indirect primaries to elect candidates ahead of the November 16 governorship polls in the two states. In a statement by the APC National Publicity Secretary, Lanre Isaonilu, the party has relied on its guidelines and the provisions of the Electoral Act and cleared 9 aspirants out of the 16 of them that have obtained nomination and expression of interest forms to participate in the August 29th governorship primary in Kogi State. Those cleared after a comprehensive review of the screening and appeal committees by the National Working Committee are the incumbent governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, Hadiza Iyoma Ibrahim, Yahaya Odidi Audu, Sani Lulu Abdullahi, Engineer Abubakar Bashir, Engineer Dallami Umar Muhammad, Yakubu Muhammad, Hassan Abdullahi, and Ekele Aishat Blessing, while Professor Muhammad Saidu Onailo, former Chief of Naval Staff Admiral Osman Oibe Jibril, 2 children of late Prince Abubakar Audu, Mustafa Mona Audu, Muhammad Abubakar Onuku Audu, Rukayat Ibrahim, General Patrick Adeno Akpa, and Babatunde Ayokunle Irukera made the list of 7 aspirants that were not cleared. In a similar statement, the party says it has upheld the report of the screening and appeal committees for the Bayelsa government was not cleared to participate in the
true proceeds of crime.
Margaret, who have come back to start businesses, and they're doing very, very well.
Back to their father.
As part of his vision, 314
of this nation.
That is 50, but